is just too hard. I gotta stick to video games most of the time. As I said earlier, I really like the DS, and in the meantime, as I've been endlessly staring at Shovel Knight, because I don't actually have my 2DS yet, I've been playing a lot of this thing, because, I mean, my DSi was factory reset, so... Holy crap, are those DS games right next to me? Oh my god, I'm gonna crack open Scribblenauts, and, well, see what happens. Man, I haven't played this game in years. Alright, time to open the nut. No, I don't. Okay, let's try Mario Kart DS instead. Because, I mean, this is a really good game. Alright, let's open this baby up. Please don't be Call of Duty. I'm done with... Oh, for God's sake. I really don't want to do Call of Duty again, but I guess if I have to. How could they screw this up? It's Call of Duty World of War. How could they screw this up? This game is a lot like Black Ops. It's the same exact game, apparently, but it's got a lot more different missions. There's also a lot less choices than in Black Ops, and, oh, I can delete my, wait a minute, I already used that joke. Oh no, everyone's gonna think I'm funny. Single player is, there's no zombies? That's the reason that everyone loved World at War. There's no zombies. That was an amazing thing to unlock after beating the campaign, but why are there no zombies? Why is... Oh, okay, let's just do the boot camp level. Just see how much I suck at this game. Well, after I read, or attempt to, because according to the intro, I actually can't, and you get yelled at by, like, sergeants or something, I don't know, and you're told to run. Alright, it seems like the most basic thing that I can do, but hey, why not? And oh, would you look at that, I completely failed.
My mama runs faster than that. Do it again, you're gonna do this until you get it right.
Ah, dang it. Well, I do it again, and this time I don't screw up. Alright, after I do this, I'm gonna what? What? How do you... Okay, so you can move around, but how do you do this? Guess what? You have to use the stylus as a control. Sure, it's handy for more free movement, but seriously, they could have just had button controls, and there is no way to change this. Now, this wouldn't be a problem, and this isn't a problem on my normal DS, but on my DSi, the left trigger doesn't work. Also, it appears that you don't have a knife, so...
Liberty. Now, this course will teach you how to mantle, run, and crouch. That last one is real easy when the enemy's pumping live rounds at your head. Okay, Marine, want you to mantle those logs, duck over that barbed wire, and then climb over that far wall. Do it like you got up here. Understand? You'll receive further orders on the other side. Move it!
And obviously, being the incredible Marine that I am, I don't do it. Come on. I just want to have some fun. Okay, look. You touch the screen. And this is about the point there where I quit completely out of the game. As I said earlier, this is a lot like the other games, but at the same time, it's different. Like in the original World of War, you only play as the Americans and Russian. But in this game, you play as the Americans, British, and Russian. Russian's the most fun because the voice acting is terrible. British kind of sucks. An American is... I'm gonna take you through the first levels of every single one, and just give you a first impression of all of them. In the console version of the game, you play as a soldier whose name I cannot remember, and you're stuck in a camp about to get murdered. I wonder what this one does. Hopefully it's along the lines of this, but, I mean, doesn't have to be, Well, this video just got demonetized. Well, the American campaign, boot camp sucks, because it's just a tutorial. Let's go to Into the Jungle. Oh, it's got like a freaking story in front of it. Well, you could have just not told me that. Granted, I guess the console game did do that. So you got 2 weapons, you know, pretty standard cow-a-ditty stuff. You go around, some guy yells orders at you and is like, oh, they aren't gonna notice us while I yell at the top of my lungs. You know, what every good Marine does. So my game started out with me having a mediocre time, to put it lightly. I walked around using nauseating controls. I reloaded by tapping the gun, and I shot some guys. Good God, it's hard to shoot. Like, button controls would have been so much nicer. You just get to look around and be like, pew pew pew! But no, you have to be more precise. God, it's nauseating. So I walk around here a bit, and oh, look, I'm dead. And hey, it even gives you, like in the earlier games, an inspiring quote, which has nothing to do with shooting guys or anything that Call of Duty is about. Now, I don't personally play many Call of Duty games, but I've played my fair share to know that it's all about shooting things, really. Well, I walked around, and that guy just got blown up. Wait, what is shoot? Oh, that's what's shooting at me. That dead guy over there. The bodies for some reason disappear on this one. Probably to save space, but I mean, like, really? Doom did the same thing, and it was on the GBA. Granted, that was a graphically impressive game, and yes, this game looks good. And oh look, I'm supposed to do something, but I don't know where it is. Seriously, so I'm supposed to shoot this tower with a mortar, and I don't know where Oh, there it is. Alright, well, I guess time to do this. Oh my god, that's just the beginning of the crappy stuff that you have to do. Later in the game, there is another time that's stupid. You actually have to do Morse code, and it took me 4 tries. Now, let's move on to the British level. This has gotta be better. I mean, it's titled Milk Run. It's probably like a bombing segment or a flying segment, because it's in the sky. Oh, well, more bullcrap, like pictures and... That was compelling, I guess. Alright, on to the flying. Oh god, the flying sections. Oh god. Do I really have to play this? Alright. You move around at the speed of an ant, making turns that anyone could make on a friggin' tractor. And there are these meters that you can't let go down. See those puffs of smoke? That's people shooting at you, and you can't shoot back unless it's in specific sections. It also says that you can drop bombs and everything, but apparently not. There's also a life meter, which is, you know, your life, and there's also a fuel meter, which means that you can't run out of fuel in this mission. There were so many times when I was playing this, when I actually was trying to beat the game, I literally couldn't get past it because I kept running out of fuel seconds before I actually, beat the level. Alright. What do we have to do? Alright, so we have to bomb this, God, I don't even know what it is. I think it was like a tool yard or something, or I don't know. And I get over there, and guess what? I can't do anything because it won't let me. Alright, I'm moving on to the Russian level, at least. Hopefully that one's fun. Alright, well, let's try this one. It's called Storming the City. Oh god, please just be good. I mean, the Russian level in the original game is actually really good. It's one of my favorites. Well, let's skip past. Oh god, it's another freaking turret section. Oh my god. How did they look at this and be like, yeah, overabundance of turret sections. Yeah, that's something that gamers like. Basically, you're supposed to level the red buildings, but my colorblindness doesn't really help by looking at red buildings. I just kind of shoot whatever's not completely destroyed. Alright, let's just move on to the final levels instead. See if they're good. The last level of the American one is actually not that bad. You're basically playing as, well, a normal Marine who is unnamed. I think I forgot to mention that earlier. And you're basically trying to take over a castle. Which, I mean, that's pretty cool. It's definitely not as good as the console version where you're trying to escape from a castle. I thought that one was really solid. But, hey, it's better than the crap that I had to put up with the British one. I mean, hey, it's not bad. Oh, God, do I really have to do the British one? Alright. Well, it's called Cornered. Alright, I guess I'll do it. How did I just now realize that all the British people probably have the same exact voice actor? Well, actually, I'm surprised. It's actually not a bad level. Not as great as the Americans or the Russians, but hey, it's still a really good level. Well, not really good, just it's passable. Alright. I'm not gonna lie here. The Russian ending is really good. Definitely not as good as the console version where your character, Dmitri, gets shot in the arm and still pushes through and plants the flag on top of a building. But hey, it's still really good. Later on, when you're about to take the place, some guy blows open a hole with a tank, and that's just pretty cool, I have to say. Much like Black Ops, the game isn't utterly awful or unplayable, it's just not very good, especially in the earlier levels. Now, personally, after the Russian level, I think, or the first Russian level, I think that the story actually picks up, but I think it's also really cool that you get to experience 3 different sides of World War II. Now, I know that sounds like, oh, World War II, I want to play World War II, but I really don't, because this game, it's not very good. This might be the first time that I'm saying this, but I'd much rather play the console version. It's just better. It still has multiplayer, although all of the people on there are hackers. Either that or I just suck at the game. Nah, it's probably the hackers thing. And it also has zombies, which Black Ops had, and it had a plethora of modes. I don't know why this one doesn't really have an excuse. And it also had a great single-player campaign with a compelling story. This one, I mean, it just seems all over the place. At no point do they have to reach a similar goal, but granted they are at different parts of the world, and you can tell that it's the same few people doing voices for, well, the soldiers, because, you know, why else wouldn't you? Also, I forgot to mention this, but the Russian voice is utterly terrible. I can do a better Russian accent. Overall, I would probably give this game a 6 out of 10, because it's not very good. I mean, I'll still play it in my free time because, I mean, I have nothing else to do. It's not like I got Mario Kart or anything. A Scribblenauts case. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this joke. But anyway, if you see this, well, GameStop, I guess, because, I mean, there's not really any more game stores that I know of. For a low price, you could pick this up. I mean, it's a decent game. But, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go play some real Call of Duty. Crack this thing open. No! No! Oh, God! No, I don't want to play any more Call of Duty. Can I just play a fun game? No. No, you can't. Oh, my God. Next time.